You know, I always say if I don't finish a painting in one sitting, then I will never finish it. Well, we're finishing this one today. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me in this Art Addicts Alliance video for the month of February 2022. And this month's theme was video games and silly holidays and traditions. And I knew immediately what I had to do. This was my chance to finish a painting I started 2 years ago. So let's go back 2 years, pretty early on in my official art journey. I want to say I started taking art super serious around 2018, 2019. I have terrible memory, but I do remember being really curious about oils during this time, but being too afraid of the toxic fumes and whatnot that came with the beauty of oil painting. My cousin ended up gifting me a set of water-soluble oils by Winsor & Newton that he was never going to use, and I was super excited to experiment with it. And it was really hard at first, and I watched so many videos comparing water-soluble oils to regular oils, and I was seeing more good than I was seeing bad. The only downside really was that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there are no artist grade water soluble oils, right? Or am I making that up? Maybe I just haven't come across any. As far as I know though, as far as I remember, when I was looking them up, there aren't any professional grade water soluble oils. I played around, I think maybe with 1 or 2 mini oil paintings. I'll put them here if I can find them. And then I decided to work on something bigger. And I'm not exactly sure what made me want to paint Mileena, besides the fact that I'm a super huge fan. I'm not sure what inspired the painting itself or what triggered my brain to say, hey, I want to paint her. But this is on an 18 by 24 inch canvas, and I was set on painting this badass princess clone. I knew I had to do this. And to make it easier on myself, because again, I was just unexperienced, I made the underpainting using acrylics. Well, I did the majority of the painting in acrylics. I made the sketch in a monochromatic style, and then I also filled in the main colors of the painting in acrylics. And I was going to use the oils for blending and the more detailed parts of it. And it was starting to go pretty good. I had quite a few likes on TikTok, so I was like, oh man, this is going good. And it was so good, in fact, that I was scared that I could ruin it at any moment. But real quick, let's talk about the Art Addicts Alliance in case you're new here. The Art Addicts Alliance is a group of artists on YouTube that collab once a month on an official prompt that we vote in on our Discord. You can also join our Discord and vote for the monthly prompt, suggest themes, chat with us, and share your art or content. And if you're interested in becoming an official permanent member, you can apply right on our Discord. We only ask that you are an active creator, meet our age requirements, and have a minimum of 100 subscribers. If you don't want to commit on being a permanent member, you could also join as a featured guest for the month, whatever you feel more comfortable with. It's a great supportive group of artists and art lovers. It's fun to see how everyone makes the prompts and, does something different with it. Sometimes we pick the same one, but we're just on totally opposite ends of the spectrum. It's really cool. The Discord is also a fun place to just keep in touch and talk about random things and just make new art friends. So far, the amazing group of awesome artists is made up of JazCapri, Weblight Dreams, Jenna Gets Creative, Pandimensionalspacezombie, All Funnies and Games, Auroras Art World, Bluefin, the Artsy Pineapple, who actually has a contest giveaway going on right now, so make sure you check her out, Enjoy Drawing with Mary, Kolornix, Jude's Art Desk, Fuzzy Dragons, and me. I highly recommend you check out all of their channels. Right, back to the painting. So since I was experimenting with oils and really knew nothing of it, I started getting really nervous about making a mistake and ruining all the progress I had made. So I stopped and said I'd come back to it, but I honestly should have known better. Maybe I just didn't want to admit it to myself, or maybe I wanted to believe that I actually would. Anyways, fast forward 2 years later, my poor Mileena has just been sitting here, probably angry that I never finished her, and if she could move, she would definitely beat me up. So naturally, when I saw the winning themes, I felt like this was the moment of redemption. I could finally finish this painting. As far back as I can remember, I was always a huge fan of Mortal Kombat. I'm not exactly sure how I got into it. I mean, we're talking Super Nintendo days where we only had 7 people to choose from, and I had no business playing the game to begin with. Back when you could actually control the gore of the game. Well, for some odd reason, I've always played with the female characters. unless we're in story mode and I have no other choice but to use these overpowered players. No shade, of course, they're super awesome at the end of the day. But I remember when I first saw Sindel in Mortal Kombat 3, I immediately fell in love with her. First of all, purple. Second of all, I had super freakishly long hair when I was younger, hair that I terribly miss and wish I hadn't cut off now. But she had this epic banshee screech, plus she had an edgy look to her, which I've always been more into the alternative scene. So anyways, it was like love at first sight, right, with Sindel. My main squeeze, my go-to girl, until I started playing with Mileena in the early 2000s, which is Kitana's, Sindel's daughter. It's her evil clone. Early on, I was really only playing to fight, of course, and then I started playing story mode, and that's when I really started to like Mileena. And I mean, again, purple, I'm a fan. Then later on in Mortal Kombat 10, they introduced Cassie Cage, which is the daughter of Sonya Blade and Johnny Cage, and then I found a new favorite player. Anyways, I'm kind of going on about nothing at this point. It's a fun game, although I haven't played the latest one. And the most recent movie was okay. I think it was all right. Compared to all the other ones. Anyways, oils. Because that's probably what you're here for, the art, I guess. These water-soluble oils work absolutely lovely. At least for a beginner, they work really nicely. I've used them quite a few times now, even though, as I mentioned before, I'm not super experienced with oil paintings. I have a few of them under my belt, and I feel somewhat comfortable painting with them. I mean, I still have a lot to learn, but that's just how I feel about them right now. I think they're very beginner-friendly, but I just started a new program called Evolve, where I'll actually be learning to paint with oils. And we're talking professional grade paints. That's what we're starting with. And it's a little intimidating, but it's definitely interesting. And right now, I can't say I notice too much of a difference because, again, I'm not experienced enough to really compare and contrast. But just right now, they feel the same. But I'm positive my mind will change as I use both of these oils more and become more familiar with each of them. I did use a fast drying medium because I'm impatient, but don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that it doesn't take forever to dry anyways. It just helps speed up the process. I'm not super happy with the painting. I mean, I like it. It definitely has its shining moments. I feel like there are some parts that I could improve, but I will leave her alone and call her finished because I am pleased with the overall results. I'm happy I was able to check off a painting from my pile of started but not yet finished works. I have a few more paintings that I definitely want to work on and get them finished, but as I'm doing this voiceover, I'm realizing I need to do my homework so I can submit it. But real quick, I'm slowly getting to that 1,000 mark subscriber count, which is a goal of mine to get to by the end of the year. So I will be doing a giveaway once I reach 600 subscribers and another small one once I reach 800, and then of course 1,000. And you can watch the video for a sneak peek at the prize. They are slightly used art supplies. I figure I just share the supplies that I don't use, because if not, then they're just piling up here, and I just think it's better to share them with people who have a mutual love for art and just show the materials more love than I actually could. We are so close, so I think it'll be happening soon. But that's all I really have for now. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Make sure you check everyone else out, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.